Hey YouTube, it's JP Dillon. Welcome to part 3 of the 1969 Dodge Dart Resurrection. In the last video you saw that we got the car to idle with a fresh carburetor from Amazon, which I posted the link for in the previous video. Right now we got to clean up some manifold residue here. There's a lot of leaky oil on the manifold down here. A little bit of brake cleaner for you. And I'm hoping to clean that up enough to where it will stop smoking like crazy. We need to check the transmission fluid because it's not really moving much. Hopefully there's enough of the clutch packs and fluid there to get it moving, but if not, we'll have to put some fluid in it and see if it'll move. But so far this has been not too difficult. We got our ignition module or a fresh carb underneath there. It actually starts and runs pretty good. It's been sitting a day, so we're going to try it again and just see if we can get some transmission results. So let's go fire it up. It's still about 105 degrees outside here, so we're going to see if it just turns over. Yeah, it starts up pretty easy. Let's go ahead and put it in neutral and see if we have any fluid. That new carb's great, it just starts right up. And it's, as you can see there, it's charging the battery. So let's see what kind of fluid we have, if anything. That exhaust note sounds pretty good. So far, the manifold's not smoking, so that's good. Got that all cleaned up. See if we can pull out the dipstick here, see if we see anything. Looks like it should have fluid in it. Wipe it off and take a closer look. Yeah, it looks like it has fluid in it. Let's see if it goes into reverse. Alright, let's see if I have reverse. Took it a bit. Do we have reverse? How about forward? Yeah, it's engaging. That's good. Shift bushings on this thing are trash, but doesn't surprise me at all. It's trying to move at least. One of the chokes engaged again, and now it's running super rough. Let's go have a look. Yeah, I'd say it's running a little rich. See what's going on underneath here. We do need to adjust the mixture screws and stuff. Seems like it's loading up. Yep. So, one problem we see here, the throttle return spring isn't quite enough. So we need to get that to idle there. And holy smoke. Yeah, we need to play with that a little bit. We're going to play with the idle setting. This is about where it should idle. As you can see, it's on top of the cam lobe here. So we got to adjust this a little. Let's see if we can get the mixture right. I'm going to go ahead and turn it in until it starts turning rough and then back it out. Start turning the other one in. Might just be able to do it by hand. Starting to lean out. Alright, so it's starting to run a little rough here. We'll back it out half a turn. Back the other one out half a turn. Now we'll drop it into gear and put a load on it. You can definitely see the bad ring. Oh, smoke coming out. Very smoky up in here. Let's go ahead and drop it into gear. Oh. Yeah, I don't have much of a parking brake. I don't think it's going anywhere. Let's adjust our mixture. Chock my wheels for safety. And it starts to get a little shaky there. Let's see, turning this in a little bit. Turn and a half, 2 turns, back that out a little bit, so we're about at our stop limit here, and we'll just adjust it for best lean idle. It looks like we're good. Not one to stall out. Nice stable idle, although a bit smoky. Poor thing is just wore out. It's smoking all over. I'm just going to try to move forward a little bit. Yeah, it will move. Definitely got a favorite spot here in the yard. All right. Definitely got a lot of smoke going on here. Yeah, definitely need a higher tension pull-off spring for sure. We're supposed to idle at about 700. But this keeps wanting to, the choke keeps wanting to engage, and it's hot out. Shouldn't do that. And we see we got our unloader adjustment here. which is pretty much cranked, unless that's not working. Well, no, it's not working. That should be pulling back on that. So what's going on here? Let me get that off. Well, it looks like our choke unloader isn't working. It holds vacuum, but it's not actually pulling on it. So something inside of here is messed up. So we need to see if we can transfer the old one from the carburetor that we had before to this one, because this ain't worth trying to send back and deal with. The carburetor runs great minus the choke thing, so let's see if we can transfer that. Yeah, so it looks like our choke unloader isn't connected to anything. The diaphragm holds air, but this linkage is all sloppy, so we need to pull the one off the old carburetor and use it. That's certainly going to be tricky because, well, this one is a totally different attachment from the other one. So I'm either going to have to get crafty with it or just go with a manual choke for now. That's probably the best idea, is just go with a manual choke, because this bracketry is different and this is spot welded in, so it's not going to be easy to get rid of that. But in case you're curious to know, I press on that hose, it holds vacuum, whereas the other one absolutely does not. But it doesn't act like it's a ruptured diaphragm because the vacuum doesn't go down when I do that, but whatever. Yeah, so let's just, I guess we'll deal with it without the automatic choke for now, just so that we can get it moving and deal with this mess later. Because without the choke attached, it runs okay. Of course, it's hot as balls out right now, so. And if we put it into gear, it does back up and go forward, so that's good. Yeah, so that's at least an improvement. And for the moment, the misfire seems to have cured itself, so maybe we had a sticking valve or something. And I still need to either put air in this tire or replace it, because it's kind of dry rotted. It's still holding air, but it needs to be replaced for sure. Alright, so for now, it's running. Choke pull off doesn't work. I'll contact the Amazon company. They probably won't do squat, but if they could send me a new choke pull off, that would be great. That way this thing could work perfect, because it's dialed in pretty much. I mean, other than a little bit of stumble, which I don't really care about, it works. Yeah, now no more smoking now that we got that stuff dialed in, so. Cool, man. Yeah, so once we get some cars moved around, we'll take it for a spin around the block and see what it does. But for now, it's doing pretty good. So thankfully, I remembered that I had a bunch of spare carburetor cores. And so I tore open one of my boxes that I had packed. And I took the choke pull off this one, which was still good, still held vacuum, and stuck it on the new one. So that resolved the issue of it loading up and being choked back too much. So sometimes it's good to hoard parts. This was a good one because the company that sold this through Amazon probably wouldn't have it to me until long after I needed it. So that didn't work. But thankfully we had this core, so now we can proceed. I've installed it on the vehicle and set it up, so it should, next time we do a cold start, we'll test it out again. Okay, so I got it running with a spare pull-off that I had from another BBD right there. So I'm going to put the air cleaner back on it and we'll take it for a quick drive and see what it does. Alright, well, I took it around the block. We have reverse, obviously, since I got it out here. We have first and second. Doesn't really want to shift into third, but like I said, it's just getting on the trailer, so that's really all that matters. I do need to get some better return springs because the ones that are on here are way too soft. But it runs and it drives, and with the choke pull off it starts up and runs correctly, so I'm happy with that. One of my centerline rims had a blowout. The sidewall decided to give up on one of the tires, so I'm back to the spare, which is sitting back here. I cleaned out most of the car. I got to do the rest of it and just make sure it's ready to get on the trailer. And then by the end of the month, we'll be out of here. So the whole fleet's here and ready to get loaded up. I'm not going to leave them out here. I just had to move them all out the way so I could get that one out, but there's the whole fleet. So there you go. So hope you guys enjoyed this little segment, and more stuff to come.